like the coronation of Queen Victoria and the King of Siam, both at the same time.
Oh, it was beautiful, Mom.
One moment, the magnificent hall of the Peyton mansion was filled with gaily chattering people. And the next moment, as the bride and groom took their vows, there was an indescribable tension that filled the air.
Oh, and you should have seen Betty's dress, Mom. It was beautiful. It was white photo swirl with beading. And I thought you got it in Boston, but somebody said New York.
Testing 1, 2, 3. It was like everyone knew that something extraordinary was about to happen. No sooner had the man on the tablet's collar started saying, "I now pronounce you," etc., etc., that everyone stampeded the buffet table. Just...
No kidding, Mom. They really stampeded.
I heard. It was just a beautiful ceremony. Just beautiful. I don't care what this label says. This is domesticated champagne.
Darling, I'm just wild about caviar. Don't you just love it?
Love it. Oh, and look at these little lines. Solid silver. Just take
Oh, darling,
I know the kind of dress Betty had on. I know exactly how she looked. I know exactly how everybody looked. It was a wedding. A real wedding. The kind of wedding I always dreamed of giving you. A great, big, beautiful, first-class wedding. It was a dream. A very special dream.
I understand, Mom.
Me too, Mrs. Jackson.
But we're married. Just as married as we would have been if the whole world had been at our wedding.
Could have watched it on television. The early bird satellite.
We're married. And that's what matters, Mom.
That's what matters.
Rodney. Hello, Grandfather.
Come in, come in.
You look as if you've been sailing.
Yes, sir.
Can I interest you in a slightly wilted but sincere canopy?
No, thank you.
I asked the maids to get out of here for a while. I was tired of their bustling. Rodney, why don't you take a long weekend in Boston? Let my brokers take you to lunch. You can learn something about money and how to make it.
I know what I'm going to do with the money Mother left me.
Oh?
I've been looking around. I found a small, good little business. I think I'm going to buy it.
Sounds interesting.
I've checked it out thoroughly. It has a good reputation, not much competition.
Sounds better and better.
It's a garage. I didn't expect you to approve.
You're going to use your inheritance money to buy a garage. You've waited and waited until your 21st birthday to collect your little sum of money and...
It's my life. Now, I've got to do things my way. I know what I want, I know where I'm going, but I've got to get there my way. I don't mean to be impolite, Grandfather. I just want you to understand I'm not looking for advice. I'm informing you.
Well, if all you say about the garage is true...
It's true.
And if the garage has a good manager...
I'm going to manage it.
You're going to work in the garage yourself?
And manage it. Okay, so I don't know very much about garages, but I'll learn. And I'll manage it. And if it takes me 20 hours a day, I'll learn, and I'll make it run smoothly. Because this isn't a lark or a summer job. I've made a commitment to myself. For the first time in my life, I'm not afraid to make a commitment to something. And this is it.
You know, I couldn't help noticing how you and Allison were holding hands at the wedding. Is it possible that I'm to have the privilege and the pleasure of another wedding in my home?
When I know, you'll be one of the first to hear about it.
Oh, I left some literature in your room. Yes, I sent for the catalogs of the 5 top Eastern universities.
I told you I wasn't going back to
In
college.
6 months from now, by the time you've learned and lost the garage business, you will start right in.
I told you.
There'll be no problem because it's mid-semester. I've given money to all of them. Good night, Rodney.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Never had any secrets before, at least none that counted. This counts.
I've been wanting to talk to you since the first time I saw you. The other night. You see, I live at the beach cottage, and I saw you up on the bluff.
It's Rodney, isn't it? Do you think I could have gotten married in that house if it weren't finished?